Hey there friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sohum and today I'll be reacting to 6 openings from the anime My Hero Academia. Normally, if you guys are familiar with the show, the program over here, we do 4-in-1 reactions to different anime openings, but today we are hyper fixating on My Hero Academia and doing 6. I hope you guys enjoy it. Get your drinks, get your snacks. Let's sit back and enjoy this one together. Before jumping in, a massive thank you goes to Amy the Artful for making this donation request, and she dedicates this one to the amazing Alex, Aria, and Corbin. And now, let's jump in. Amy writes, "My kids love this series, and since there are 13 openings, I let the kids pick out 6 of them. You already reacted to the opening 12, which was done by LTS. LTS is Long Tosite Sigur. I am an absolute fanboy of this group. Everything LTS and TK I am biased towards, so that was a really fun opening. The anime itself, a brief intro on My Hero Academia. It's set in a world where about 80% of the human population has gained superpowers called quirks. Quirks vary widely and can be inherited. Among the quirk-enhanced individuals, a few of them earn the title of heroes, who cooperate with authorities in rescue operations and apprehending criminals who abuse their quirks, commonly known as villains. In addition, heroes who excel on their duties gain celebrity status and are recognized as pro-heroes. Deku is a teenage boy who dreams of becoming a hero despite being bullied by his childhood friend Bakugo for lacking a quirk. After an encounter with his idol, All Might, who is the world's greatest hero, Deku is chosen by All Might to inherit his quirk One for All, which gives him the ability to stockpile his raw power and pass it on to others and become his successor. Wow, that is a really unique ability. I would have to think about how I myself might utilize that. It's almost like a game of superpower hot potato, except you're giving away your superpower to somebody in greater need than you. So it's very strategic. As All Might was severely injured by his own arch nemesis All for One, whose quirk allows him to steal other quirks for his use and pass them over to others at his will. Wow. The series explores themes such as the nature of heroism, the importance of perseverance and determination, and the power of friendship and teamwork. Love friendship, love teamwork, love determination, perseverance. Sounds like an awesome show. Let's hear how some of these songs sound. And usually what I've noted is the type of opening we get in the intro, in the first opening, second opening of a show's season, can really define the energy for the remaining openings. That's not to say that you can't have variability within a season. I definitely observe that, but it's something to note. The first one and second one will set the tone for sure. Anyways, let's check this out. The first song is called The Day by Porno Graffiti. Let's jump in. Oh. Wow. that is a very interesting song. I almost am having trouble putting it into one of my mental categories. I definitely think the standout moment in the song for me is the chorus, which obviously is a thing you want. The choruses, generally speaking, they serve as the memorable part of most songs. It's the backbone, right? Often you'll hear in like modern pop music, the songs will start with the chorus. So the chorus definitely stood out to me in a kind of major way. And I think even reverse engineering, backtracking from the chorus, in the pre-chorus section, there was a really clever ramp on the way up. I think the energy was very steady and assured. It didn't go crazy one way or the other. I feel like this was all a very measured song. Whoever arranged this definitely normalized all of the layers in this mix and found something that would be optimal. This is like sort of a meta broad note that I will make, but I really prefer when the openings I'm listening to sound more forward in the mix rather than like watered down and washed out. This song, for example, it sounds really good, and I think it feels just a little bit clouded in terms of the audio. So for that, I think I would have to like set it somewhere in the high sevens, low eights. But let me also articulate some of the other elements. So we had in the pre-chorus and definitely in the verse elements of pretty piano, some quick bass. It wasn't as loud as I would have preferred. And honestly, there could have been even more bass given where if I put my editing hat on, where I think I could add more bass licks. And there's always something to be said about not adding enough bass. I rarely will ever make the comment that a song has too much bass. Generally speaking, all else equal, adding a little bit more bass will add you a couple more points. So I think this one wasn't too standout one way or the other, but a really powerful, enjoyable chorus, I think, puts this over the 7 mark for me. So I'll probably end up giving this, I think, a 7.9 to like 8.2, which pulls this up to about an 8.05 out of 10. Which is a solid way to start out the reaction. And it's an interesting name, right? PG, Porno Graffiti. Anyways, let's check out the second opening here. This is a song called Peace Sign, which on this channel we love to preach peace, love, positivity by Kenshi Yonezu. We've heard some from him before. Let's begin. This one definitely, I think, is already points above the first one we heard. I don't know by how much. I'll figure out what I'm thinking as I go through my thoughts here. I really do like the fact that this one feels more forward in the mix, so everything is just more audible to me in a way that allows me to then focus on the individual elements. And these two tracks so far have all in all been very digestible to me. They haven't like gone crazy wild like some openings have the tendency to do, which depends on my mental faculties of the day, but I appreciate something more digestible, as I said, on a day like today. So as I'm listening to this, the way I was feeling was like, wow, it all makes sense to me. Every piece that is being implemented in this mix, they all serve an important role here. I love the guitars especially. There's a lead guitar tone, and there's a quieter in like the background a little bit rhythm guitar that's also adding some width to the track. And you heard it in the chorus, maybe more granularly, but as the vocal melody was jumping here and there and quickly moving, right? Because the syllable delivery is pretty quick. You hear how the guitars contrast with the vocals and with each other in that moment as well. That wouldn't be the case before the chorus. I think the consistency in rhythm and lead guitar was really present prior to that last chorus. But once we got there, it really made sense, and we got some more melodic complexity. So in terms of like complexity of the song, we kind of started here, we tapered off down a little bit when we stripped things back, and then slowly climbed up until the end where we, rounded things off. So all in all, very cohesive. Logically, everything flowed together. I wasn't shocked by anything. It was just a very pleasant, good song. And, we love pleasant, good songs over here. We give songs like that ratings of 8.6. Actually 8.4 to like 8. I'll give a tentative 8.7 right now. So tentatively, this will be an average rating of 8.55 out of 10. Yeah, I think that was very solid. Let me know, guys, if you agree with my ratings or not in the comments below. Let's check out the third one here. This is technically the fourth opening. The song is called Odd Future by Overworld. Let's begin.
I keep my ideals lately, not them make what's going through? 全てが見比べたサビ羽振りよく増やしてこの歴史ありとあらゆるもの捨てたり身に覚えのない運命に殺されかけたこともあったし死んだ目をして生きた時期それでも今日も生かされてるってことは What's going on まださやり残してんだろう修正のしようのない日々の中で What's going on 人とは違うと見た上で可能性のルーツを開くDreaming 意識逆走四角い空心の隙間埋める明けぬ夜から抜けよう未来の解像度下げ僕らは目をそらしてはなりたいものなんてないとうさぶいた日々を I keep my ideals lately の人生愛も夢も危険なほど簡単に気がついちゃうもんさ Let's let not them make
Ooh.
意識逆走四角い空心の隙間
That was... I just wrote a wall of text here. I don't know if you guys were able to read all of that. I think the font should be big enough. Definitely out of the three we've heard thus far, this was the most intriguing one, the one that wasn't as obvious to ascertain in terms of genre, in terms of all the instruments being used stylistically. Things felt different. That pre-chorus section where we're getting these like punches, it disconnects the rhythm, right? So there's spaces between the notes, but underneath all of that are these clouds of piano notes, of these synth notes, of the overall instrumentation, creating this like really bright floating island atmosphere. That's like the best way I can describe it. If you guys ever played that Nintendo Switch Legend of Zelda game, something Legend of Zelda, I forget now. It's the one before the most recent one. There's a lot of floating islands in that game. Visually, that's what I am reminded of when I hear that part of the song. And then the fact that we went from that already unique structure to something that was more connected but also heavier and more impactful definitely took me by surprise. I think I had like 2 to 3 moments of surprise actually in this track, which, you know, surprise for surprise sakes doesn't get you points. It's when that surprise actually manifests into something worth listening to. Absolutely, this is worth listening to. I would say this is probably my favorite of the 3 we've heard thus far. And again, there are a lot of little elements that I picked up on, and I'm sure some that I missed as well, but there was like some auto-tune effects in the vocals, really cool chords and voicings in the keys, in the guitars. I didn't hear really pronounced bass, which is fine. You don't need to always have every single instrument ever. I think this track felt pretty full as it was. And we kind of switched between multiple genres too. There was a like electric swing at the beginning, then some kind of electronic, then a bit pop, sing-songy, and then we had those like unique, I don't know, dubstep moments, like the big pre-chorus section with the hits, and then like a heavier rock chorus. So a lot going on in this one, very chaotic, and overall I did like the melody, so this has to be, for me, in the high 8s, low 9s. Very interesting. Overall, I would say it's got to be in that range, because if the melody was a little bit catchier, and this is just all subjective, right, guys? In my opinion, if the melody was just a little bit catchier, or the guitar had a little bit more pronounced of a role, maybe a bigger bass, some other counter melody along with the lead melody that, you know, either complements or even surpasses at a different point the lead melody, I think it would be solidly in the 9s. So if I were to average this, gives us an 8.9, which is not bad, but not exactly in the A range either. We are a solid B plus here. Let's check out the next one, shall we? This is the 9th opening, My Hero Academia. The song is called Merry-Go-Round by Man with a Mission. Let us begin.
Whoa, whoa, it's alright, everything will be alright. Whoa, whoa, it's alright, everybody now we're here. Oh, hey brother, listen. Yeah, fake can be hard-hearted. 際限もない夢を見て誰よりも傷ついた関係がないことと言って逃げ出した紙の見物 I couldn't be your shell そんな風にはできない Holding my strength and weakness さあここからまた始める I'm standing by myself Face the world to grieve no more The carousel goes up and goes down The carousel rolls around Your existence sparking more than no one else Merry-go-round, top it around ずっと背中を見ていつだって憧れてでも近づけない失って抗っていつの日かあなたのように笑いたい And now it's around
Interesting again. I keep saying it's interesting after every single one of these, but it is true. There's another like switch up in terms of feel from this opening to the other 3 that we heard. It definitely started off almost like an arena rock kind of chant vibe where, you know, the entire crowd is chanting along with the band in preparation for either an epic bridge section or solo. And one of the best, quickest examples I can give you is in the Live in the LBC concert by Avenged Sevenfold way back when. Don't know how many of you guys are A7X fans. That's one of the first concerts I ever watched in entirety on YouTube. Anyways, there's a song called Critical Acclaim, and that song already lends itself to like arena rock chanting, and in the context of like a big arena full of roaring fans, everybody is pumping their fists to the sky, singing along. This intro here feels like it has that same or has a similar effect. So I like that part makes it very distinct, and coupled with that, you have this beautiful vocal resonance in the singer. Uh, I don't know a better way to describe it other than I do like his voice. There's something quite earthy about it that makes it unique and pleasant to listen to. And you pair that with like the heavy guitars underlying that voice, you have a very consistent heavy feel throughout, which is why it's so interesting when he does flip into the falsetto when the chorus brightens up the song a little bit, and you still get the heaviness in the guitars, you still get a little bit of that earthiness in the vocals. So it's just like a very interesting mix, and there's a consistent flow from section to section in this song. Again, it was a very logical song, so I wasn't surprised by any of the moments, kind of like in the second track we reacted to. So I'm inclined to actually give it a sort of similar rating. Do I think it's better than Peace Sign, though, is the question. I think it might be a little below Peace Sign, actually. So this is the rating I'm grabbing from the second opening. I'll probably lower it just by a flat 2, which gives our rating here 8.35 out of 10. And I believe everything we've given so far has been in the 8s, 8.9, 8.35, 8.55, and 8.05. Super solid. Let's check out the next one, shall we? This is the 11th opening. The song is called Bokurano by Eve. Let's begin. Oh, just reset, okay. As I write at the bottom here, that was my favorite one, which I guess may come as a surprise. I don't know. I never really know what my ratings come off as, if they're completely on target with you guys or completely the opposite. For me, this one is my favorite so far. And I think I just immediately, like, all of the dopamine receptors went off in my brain the moment I heard that guitar tone. It's like jelly to my ears. It's I've used the term like like liquid ambrosia for my ears. There's something so sensual and calming about a guitar tone like that, and when you pair it with heavier instrumentation underneath, though it is quieter, it still has a bit of heaviness. There is this lovely, imagine like a bunny bouncing through, like, beautiful green meadows. The ground is solid beneath, but the bunny bounces effortlessly because of the fertile soil. And the soil has always got potential to grow things underneath and make the landscape even more complex and beautiful and amenable for the bunny's life, right? So applying the journey of a musical bunny to what we heard there, the guitars and the vocals definitely were like the musical animals in this meadow. I like it. And, in the moment where there's like melodic liftoff, it feels like you're now soaring above that meadow and inhabiting the world as it is intended to, with, wings fully outstretched. The song is very consistent, very cohesive. It has its own identity, and I think for that reason, this song is my favorite one. There probably is another reason. I did like the vocal melodies, especially in the chorus, as well as some of like the leading guitar tones into that chorus. So, rating time, I think it's a 9.2 to 9.5 out of 10, which it reduces to 9.35 out of 10 if we take either the average or median, but I am sort of inclined to give it a 9.3 just based on vibes right now. It's a great song for sure, but 9.3 feels correct here. Whatever correct means, right? Anyways, let's check out the last opening of this reaction set. It is the 13th opening. The song is called Curtain Call by Yuri. Let's begin.
いざ何百回何千回全開で君を救って歌うから反対の反対で二人で来世笑って夢の中重ねた網を大小に
I gotta go back and unpause that part. Why'd that happen?
重ねた網を大小に何が欲しかった万歳がたなきゃ正義などないただ笑っていたい誰もが誰かのために立っているそんな朝を奪っているんだよ譲れない旋律重なり合う僕らに愛反して君も叫んでいる未だカーテン交差戦っていこう右左もわからない僕だけどいつもカーテンが終わらないまま日々最高出力でいざ何百回何千回全開で君を救って歌うから反対の反対で二人で来世笑って夢の中
Yeah. It's another really interesting one. We start with like very angsty vocals that persist throughout, but they sit beautifully atop these really interesting chord progressions underneath that come from the guitars being strummed, the basses being slapped, the keys being, I don't know, what do the piano players do? They plop their hands onto the keyboard, right? That's how you play it. All of those are already uniquely interesting. Like I could imagine this song just working purely as an instrumental, and instead you replace the vocals themselves with another lead guitar tone, it probably could work all the same. One thing I would say is like I wish the drums were actually a little bit heavier, which I know I haven't commented much on the drums in this reaction set. I don't normally I'm not a drummer myself, so I don't normally have like the most informed opinions about what drummers should and shouldn't do, though it would have been nicer to hear a bit of louder drums to like, kill my camera, to emphasize those really standout melodic moments, because it kind of feels like if I were more of a naive listener, it would be hard to pick up on these moment-to-moment transitions that are very subtle under the vocals, right? All of that darker instrumentation. And it is fairly, like, speaking standard underneath for the most part, but there's like 7 to 13% of this song that is music theorically interesting, in my opinion. And that 13% could be emphasized with the louder drums in those moments. If that makes sense, great. If it doesn't, I totally get it. But you got these really beautiful melodies paired with cool sounding vocals and fast delivery, groovy bass, heavy guitar, a bit of like a sort of math rock prog style feel, earlier on especially. Sort of reminded me of that band Chon. Definitely worth checking them out. So where does that leave me in terms of rating? I don't know, what do you guys think? I wish I could hear your opinions now before I give mine. I think this is in the nines. It's in the nines for sure. The question is it better than Bokurano? Or the same or a little lower? I actually don't know. I think because I don't know, I would have to rank this the same. 9.3 out of 10. It's just something about the vocal melodies overlaid with these just beautiful chords underneath really kind of did it for me in this one. This is a solid reaction set all around. So let me just rehash the ratings and then we'll do the outro here. So we started off with The Day by Porno Graffiti, an 8.05 out of 10, which actually I think was our lowest rating. And then we got to opening 2, Peace Sign, 8.55. And that was tentative, but I do feel confident about the 8.55 here. Then we had opening 4, Odd Future, 8.9, so nearly breaking into that 9's threshold, but for me the melody needed a little bit more sauce to it. Then opening 9 here we gave an 8.35, Bokurano, as we said, a 9.3, and another 9.3 for Curtain Call. So maybe you guys agree with me, disagree with my ratings. Let me know in the comments down below, and let me know what I should react to next. There's a lot of anime out there, and I do my best to read you guys' comments and take requests for the various openings. So if you're curious about making a request yourself, you can send me an email or hit the first link in the description box below. It is the best way to support my channel, and it is honestly such a fun time over here because all of you guys sending me your favorite music ever, I almost feel like this is the best version of like machine learning for Spotify playlists. Like if you just had the world tell you what is their favorite song every single day for the rest of your life, that would probably make a pretty damn good Spotify playlist instead of just going based on machine learning and AI to do your smart playlists, which they're not terrible, don't get me wrong. I do frequent the smart shuffle, but it's great to hear from other actual human beings. But I hope you enjoyed the reaction. This was a fun set to do for My Hero Academia. As I said, check out all the links down below and enjoy the rest of your day, my friends. Take care and peace.